Coming up on today's show, we'll be talking about the reviews for Violent Night.
And we'll be taking you through the week's big releases, including the 80th anniversary of Casablanca.
Welcome to What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. I am Luke Owen.
And I am Casablanca Layton.
Was that in the moment?
Yeah, and I'm ashamed. And I'm sorry that it's come to this.
It was pretty good, though.
Yeah,
like, in all fairness, I thought
it was there for the taking.
I thought you might have gone festive.
No.
But it was a real curveball.
Well, it's only just been December. Like, this is where I like to start the festive. I know it seems like I'm the kind of person who would be like, the second it turns midnight on December the 1st, I'm, Mariah Carey, glitter everywhere. But I like to ramp. You can have too much of a good... No, listen, this I love. This is fabulous. And also, if I may say, incredibly on brand. But I once went an entire December not listening to any Christmas music and felt really sad. So I like to pepper it properly.
I know I'm at midnight December, like 30th into December 1st, boom, where's that Carey?
And what's the first Christmas film you like to watch?
Oh, it's a very good question. Well, actually, I'll tell you what my answer will be. It'll be Violent Night.
That's very strong. And perfect, because it's out this week.
It is out this week. It is this week's big release. I mean, for me, this is the film I'm most excited for this week. I'm feeling in a real festive spirit. It is December. It is the month of the Christmas. And I am a big fan of David Harbour.
Yeah.
So when they announced it's David Harbour playing Santa, you're like, cool. Well, there's already one thumbs up from me. And then they absolutely ramp this up by being like, it's David Harbour as Santa in Die Hard.
Yes.
So it's literally Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
First of all, yes.
Well, it now is as Violent Night. It's got Santa in it.
Yeah.
This is like all the thumbs up from me. And I've loved all the trailers that they've released for this. It's to the point where I'm actually staggered this hasn't been done before.
Your Christmas films sort of fall into a couple of different varieties. You have your nice wholesome family ones. You have maybe a romantic one. Someone comes home from the big city and finds love. And then you have the sort of out there ones, you Bad Santas of the world, you sort of Die Hards. And this feels like something that is fitting right happily into that one. The reviews of it so far have been incredibly positive because it knows exactly what it's doing.
Oh, yes.
It's a bit of action, silliness and fun. And if you have a film called Violent Night and its premise is Santa but Die Hard,
yes,
you have an expectation going in.
So we have a small girl who is being terrorized by some baddies.
Don't like that.
Don't like that. She's all scared.
If only someone could do something about it.
Who comes to the rescue but Santa Claus?
And he knows when you're being a baddie and terrorizing a small girl, and he's going to get you for it.
I love it as a conceit. And I'm really glad that it's getting a lot of positive reviews as well. Because there's every chance that this could have been a bit of bobbins.
A bit nonsense.
But I would have still loved it.
Absolutely. Remember when Moonfall came out, and I was all for it, because I think sometimes that is something that you want from movies.
Absolutely. I still would have been there opening night to go and see this movie.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that it's also really, really good. It's a lot of fun. It knows exactly what it is. It knows exactly who its audience is. It's playing up to that. And I've got a really strong feeling this is going to become a new Christmas classic.
I think so, and it's one that... So we revisit these every year. I love to revisit Die Hard. I love to revisit Home Alone. We revisit these classics. It's hard to make one of those because you're surrounded by classics. A classic isn't a classic until it's had some time. So hopefully this will become one of those ones that we go back to again and again. And apparently the action is tasty.
Oh, I'm so excited for it. Also out this week, as you mentioned earlier, the 80th anniversary of Casablanca.
80 years young.
80 years, can you believe?
Interestingly, I think of this also as a Christmas film. I know it's technically not that, but I saw it for the first time ever a couple of years ago around Christmas. It was on my uncle's DVR, so I watched it. There's a reason it's a classic. There's a reason it's considered one of the best of all time. It's a beautiful film. The performances hold up, the writing holds up. There's an incredibly emotional moment in the middle. And I love the fact that it is going to be on our massive, wonderful, beautiful screens at Cineworld, because these movies need to be seen like this. It's such a rare opportunity to enjoy a classic movie like this the way they're supposed to be seen.
We talked about this a couple of times with things like The Thing, when it was out at Halloween, that these might be films that people either haven't seen before or they haven't seen for a long time before, but like the people who have never seen it before what a way to experience this for your first time, seeing it on the biggest screen you possibly can.
And I do think there's something about seeing a film in its sort of natural habitat, if you will, that makes you appreciate it on a whole different level. I saw Shawshank Redemption. I always talk about this in the little period when we were open again that summer of 2020. And I was just so moved, not just by the movie, but also just by being there and having the opportunity to experience it the way it was designed in that big screen, the lights go down, the hush environment. Casablanca in the cinema.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on. Also out this week, The Infernal Machine and Summering.
And you can also get tickets for Strange World, Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical, Bones and All, and of course, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, still in IMAX, 4DX, ScreenX, and Super Screen, as well as good old 2D.
Now I've got a bit of a choice here. Perhaps you might say a bone to pick.
Uh-oh.
Not with you.
Okay.
Just sort of like with
I was in trouble there.
this cracking lineup of movies we've got
You
here.
went full DAD just now. I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Because I'm sort of like, I'm torn on what my choice is.
Yeah.
Because I really want to see Violent Night.
Yes.
However, I've now seen Bones and All.
Ah.
And I want to be able to say that's my pick of the week because I want to be able to recommend it to people because I loved it so much.
Okay, well, I'm picking Violent Night, so tell me about Bones and All, because I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Bones and All is a tremendous movie in that it is, I think it's also a very interesting experiment to do with people who know nothing about the movie.
Right.
Because there were 2 trailers released for this, one of which was one film, and then the other one was actually what this film is. But the first one makes it look like it's a completely different movie.
Right.
And that was sort of the one that I had seen. So when I went to go and see the movie, I was like, oh, well, I was not expecting this. And it really took me by surprise. And it was all the better for that. And I had a great time with it. It's awesome performances across the board.
Chalamet, you stay?
Yeah, absolutely. It is tense. It is gorgeous. And it is like really actually quite impactful in several ways.
It's a big awards contender, and we're heading into award season.
We certainly are. And I do want to put that out there as a big recommend for people to go and check out. But my Christmas jumper heart...
It's festive time.
My festive time does say that I want to pick Violent Night. I mean, and also there's Casablanca, and I still haven't seen Matilda yet.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the thing, you need to see Matilda. You, of all people, need to see Matilda, because you cry when children are happy. And it's a film about...
Why doesn't everyone?
Well, you know, I find joy when children are in misery. So the first half of Matilda the Musical works for me.
Yeah.
It's this movie that is, I've said it before, it is a sister film to Paddington, which is the highest praise I can ever give anything, in terms of its colour palette, in terms of the vision of the world that it presents, in terms of the performances and the character work. Emma Thompson is incredible. The music is fantastic. If you aren't leaving the cinema dancing along and singing to Revolting Children, you've not really been paying attention. It's a wonderful film, and I hope everyone gets a chance to go and see it.
Let's decide. Let's decide. What are our picks of the week?
I'm going to go with Violent Night.
I think...
Let's double team it.
Let's double team it. I'm going to go with Violent Night as well.
Christmas!
Yeah, go and see Violent Night. It's Santa in Die Hard. Tickets are also on sale now for Avatar, The Way of Water and Babylon.
And we have some events cinema for you. We have the Royal Opera House's 2022 live opera, The Nutcracker, on Thursday the 8th. And of course, the CBeebies Panto for 2022, Dick Whittington and His Cat, Saturday the 10th and Sunday the 11th at 10:30am and 12:20.
I love pantos.
Yeah.
Are you a panto man?
Absolutely. It's great tradition. It's not a thing that is many places in the world. It's very, very much ours.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I love it. And CBeebies doing one. You know it's going to be a good time.
I think my friend is in it. Really? I think my friend Maddie is in it. She's been posting about something like this on her Instagram. There's a chance that my friend's in it, which is cool, isn't it?
Go see your friend on the big screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you'll never see yourself on it, so you may as well go see your friends. Well, I guess that's all we've got time for on this edition of What's Your Join Me Again?
Yeah, right, fine. Only because it's Christmas. I was going to commit to the bit, but then I realised I'd be running away with Kit.
Couldn't help myself.
Yeah, fine.
Saw it there.
When I win an Oscar, I'm going to thank everybody in this office except you.
And I will fully deserve that.
And then I'm going to text you afterwards a picture of my Oscar being held by J-Lo.
Okay, well, that's
How about
fine.
that?
That's all we've got time for on this edition of What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. You can check out any of the movies that we've discussed today using the links in the video description down below. And if you enjoyed this great, wonderful, friendly banter that we have,
Friendly?
there's more of it in the podcast realm, available on good, bad, and mediocre podcast platforms. I've been Luke Owen.
And I'm fuming.
And that's What's On.